Hi YouTube, it's Mountain Man Jim here, doing an update on my newest toy that I just picked up, which is the FNX 45 Tactical in the flat dark earth. Just wanted to go over a few things with it, and also a fix that I just did, and I haven't even got to shoot it yet. So, comes in this nice tan bag protector case. And I bought this actually secondhand in an auction, and I got a really good deal on it, to be honest with you guys. Came with 6 magazines, an RMR, and it only had about 100 rounds shot through it. So for the discount that I got off of it, which was about $800, $900 in savings for buying it used, yeah, I couldn't complain about that. So anyways, on with it. Here's the FNX. Already got plans to change the polymer grip. First and foremost, I'm going to change the whole grip black. There's a local company around here that just recently found that'll do painting for a pretty good price. So I'm going to have them change this out to black, and then I'm going to end up putting Talon grips on this. It's not that I don't like the checkering, but the size of my hand, grabbing around the back side, there's an offset groove right here, and it cuts into the crease of my finger, and I'm not a super big fan of that, so I'm just going to go with the Talon grips. Otherwise, like the pistol, it feels great in my hand. However, just like most people that have an FNX 45 Tactical will tell you that a major issue with this pistol right out of the box is the magazines catching on the inside here. So I want to show you what I did after doing some exploration, looking it up online, finding out what other people did and how to fix it without sending it back to FNX, because while they are pretty quick considering standards of other gun companies of getting it back to you, to me, a month without this thing is already a month too long. So I went ahead and got it figured out, and the way that I got it done, anybody, absolutely anybody can do this repair. It's simple, it's quick. Don't send it out. Do not send it out. So here's what I did. First, foremost, I'm going to go ahead and do a field strip of this so I can show you where the problem is for the magazines. Take your top slide off. Here on the inside, where your magazine release is, here on both sides, in between there is, let me show you this side of it, right here on this edge and then this edge, it protrudes away from the inner grip. So when the magazine is inserted, the front lip of the magazine actually catches on those in some cases. So what I did is I actually filed down the corner right here, the bottom corner on both sides, to make sure that it didn't end up catching. I didn't want to take off too much. I was kind of worried about possibly damaging the magazine release, making the situation worse to where either I would have the magazine not catching anymore, dropping out, or just not being able to get it in at all. So what I surmised from watching some YouTube videos and also doing some reading, they all tell you to take this spring right here. There's a double spring, and it's actually all one piece. They say to take it completely out, remove the magazine release, but I found an easy way to do this without taking that spring completely out. So what you do is you take a flathead screwdriver, and right here there's a little gap, and you want to take a flathead screwdriver and just push up just a little bit on that spring, and then you can hook either with a dental hook or an Allen wrench or whatever you have, and pull this up ever so slightly. Now there is a recess groove on each side holding that spring into place. You only have to lift this spring high enough to where the magazine release will slide right out. So you don't have to fight with getting the spring back into that recess. Super easy. Never doing it before. and I am kind of mechanically inclined, I guess you could say, but never cleaning or never working with this pistol, never fixing this. I had it fixed in under 5 minutes, and that was doing all of my work with a hand file. And I got it on the first try. So I threw it back in there, pushed my spring back into place, locked it back into place, tried it, and now I have zero issues. And before, it was stopping it like a brick. And no matter how much pressure I put on the backside, it doesn't catch anymore. So, quick, easy fix for you guys. Anyways, let me get on with the rest of the gun for you guys. The deal that I got with this was 6 magazines and an RMR already attached. And this is the no batteries RMR, which I'm kind of a big fan of no batteries, to be honest with you guys. Although I have talked to a few buddies that have tried this RMR and tried the battery operated RMRs, and they said that the battery operated RMRs are better. However, for me, this thing works great. It took me a little bit of getting used to, just walking around my house, doing some just kind of tactical stuff that I do around my house, just for practice. This sight really trains you not to look at the sight, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with the RMRs, but the sight is actually meant to be effective when you're staring at your target. So when you look at the target, the sight actually becomes clear, if that makes any sense. And that may be one negative effect of this versus a battery-operated RMR. The battery-operated RMRs, you can stare directly at the sight, and it comes in crystal clear, versus this one you have to be looking at the target, and like I said, it's bright. I don't know if you'll be able to see, probably not at all, but I got a 12.9 MOA triangle, amber triangle. It works great in the nighttime. It's visible. It's not super bright, but it's there. And of course, with having the Trijicon night sights anyways, it's just kind of like a backup sight, really. But I'm really impressed with the RMR so far. I need to get it out and go do some shooting and whatnot with the pistol. Very first thing I did, and this is just out of just habit, I guess. Every time I get a new firearm, the very first thing I do is go clean it. I don't care if it's just got packing grease in it or somebody's already cleaned it and shot it. It's just one of those things. First, it gets me familiarized with my firearm, knowing and inspecting the firearm before I go out and shoot it. That way I can catch things so that my life doesn't end up in danger or somebody else's life doesn't end up in danger. I know we've all heard the stories of somebody buying a particular pistol or other and going out and shooting it brand new out of the box and having all sorts of problems, magazine failures, failures to feed, failures to eject. And a lot of times it comes down to that packing grease on the inside never being cleaned out, and when it heats up, it gums up. And so you take a perfect machine, a perfect firearm, and make it useless. So for those of you out there that may not know firearms, whenever you buy a new firearm, the very first thing you should do is properly clean and lubricate the entire firearm. Anyways, on with my preaching. I do not have a suppressor for this yet. That'll be coming this next year. I still have to file for my suppressor, which, as most of you probably know, takes some considerable time. But I do have my concealed carry, so this will be my primary concealed gun. And yes, I will carry this full-size handgun. You can't beat 15 rounds. Currently, I carry an XDS 45. I love it. In fact, I just got extended mags, which is 7 rounds. Unfortunately, is an extended mag in the SDS or XDS. So when it comes to firepower, you got to carry a whole lot of extra magazines versus this. While I have not shot this pistol, I have shot it down at the gun range. A rental that looked just like this down at the gun range. Absolutely loved it, and that's why I decided to buy it. My wife, of course, has the FNX 40C, which I shot my concealed carry class with, and absolutely impressed with that pistol. And that's pretty much the base model of this. I mean, it's like the little brother, the little annoying brother that does really well. That's the younger one, the FNS. So if you're looking for a budget gun, strongly recommend the FNS. Get out and at least try to shoot it, and the trigger is phenomenal. But anyways, on with the XDS. So I got 6 magazines. I got the top plates, the extra additional top plate for running the different style of RMR, and the case. That's it for the FNX right out of the box. I'm going to go do some shooting this weekend. I got a couple hundred rounds that I want to put down range. In fact, I just met a guy today that does some tactical shooting down at the gun range, and offered to have me tag along with him so I can start putting this bad boy to good use. So anyways, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Sorry the video took so long. Try to shorten it up next time. I'll start keeping an ammo count with this, different styles of ammo, types of ammo, steel case, brass, aluminum case ammos, different weight ammos, and let you guys know how this thing works. And then eventually I'll have the suppressor for it, hopefully the Osprey suppressor, and then I'll start doing the same thing with that, what works best for me. And if I have any problems with this thing, just like my XCR or my XDS, I'm going to let you guys know. Like my page, leave a comment down below, and subscribe. I appreciate it, guys. Take it easy. Mountain Man Jim out.